Yeah. You should go like this, and then you should do this, and then you should make your hand like that, and then I'll go like this the whole time.
That's not it.
Are you crazy?
See you next Tuesday.
Tuesday. Unbelievable.
That's not a cool handshake.
That's our cold open, though. Should we have him cut it while we're doing that, while you're just looking at
I
me?
was assaulted.
No, you weren't. I have no salt on my body.
Yeah, but you're fucking... You should get some escargot, slippery motherfucker.
Some escargot? You call me a snail?
No, you are, yeah. You are escargot.
You tell me I stink?
Escargot fast. Lightning McQueen. Ka-chow. Welcome back to See You Next Tuesday. I'm Bruce Bell.
And I'm Tyler Hall. You guys really think Lightning McQueen's a bad guy? Because, I mean, like, if we really think about what Bruce just said, I'm kind of cool. Ka-chow. Is that not what you just said?
Yeah, but you're a slug.
But you called me Lightning McQueen. And then said
I don't
ka-chow
know, man.
afterwards. Okay. Well, anyways, as always, we're so happy to be back for this new episode of See You Next Tuesday. Absolutely. It's Tuesday. It's 12 o'clock in the morning or at night, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Shouldn't have swore that early, but we're here already. As always, we want to say shout out to, the welcome. Shout out to the lovely people at home. Big shout out to Dubby. Big shout out to Polka Boutique. We got some cool stuff in the works. As we're, dropping this episode, it's officially October. It's Spoopy season.
Yeah,
brother.
spooky season.
Spoopy.
Yeah.
Spoopy. You remember that whole thing? The whole little fiasco where everyone was calling it Spoopy?
Yeah, it's very millennial of you. It's a heckin' spoopy time, guy. Can we put a dog filter on Tyler?
Just the way you doubled down after telling me I was a millennial. Anyways, have you been doing anything to prep for the Spoopy season with your fam?
Just picking out costumes for. He's not really. We're gonna take him to the orchard with like goats and stuff.
Yeah.
He's not really old enough to do anything with like pick a pumpkin or anything like that yet. But we're definitely gonna go take. We just took him to Boulder Ridge Animal Park. Shout out.
Nice.
And we went and saw a bunch of animals, and he was pretty enthused by that. Just checking them all out. It's cool. There's some of them you can't really, in the tanks and stuff. He doesn't really know what's going on in there. But then there's like a giant anteater that I did not realize how giant anteaters are, dude. And it was like running around out in this yard and like rubbing itself on a tire like a dog. I was like, I want to get in there and wrestle with that guy.
Remember that day I told you that if I had a spirit animal, it would be an anteater?
I do remember you said that, yeah. And I think I clowned you for it, and I want to take it back now because, man, that thing was fire.
They're sick, dude.
Yeah, dude,
anteaters are cool. They're really cool.
My
That's
son
an awesome
loved it.
experience.
Yeah. We got him a stuffed one because he liked that. I think that was the one that he seemed to like the most. He was like, whoa.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It was so cool.
Good old bleep that out.
What are you doing for?
I just been watching horror movies, man.
Oh yeah.
I think this year. So I'm not gonna lie. I know that I am 29, but one of my favorite things about Halloween is dressing up and going trick or treating.
Sure.
So every year I try to convince my little sister or my little brother if I can go trick or treating with them because they're still in high school. So I'm like, theoretically it counts for you. And if I'm just in a full bodysuit where they don't see my face,
you're like, it's weird if you don't go with me.
Yeah, it's a little bit, you know what I mean? But no,
I feel that. One of my favorite things when I was an angsty teenager, one of my favorite things to do was to just go chill at the park and just enjoy nature and just sit and think and just be bored for a while, And I'm like, oh, if I do that as an adult now, jail.
You're a weirdo.
And deservedly.
You gotta go to
I have a kid now, so I can just, when he gets a little older, I can do that and I can live out my angsty teenage phase again while he plays on the swings,
You can do it in I feel like if you go to a scenic spot, that's okay. If you go to a trail and and find a nice spot on the trail and you sit down and you're just enjoying yourself, no one's gonna say anything.
Yeah,
At least they don't to me.
It'd be weird if I do that at the park with my kids playing and it's just dad's just brooding at a picnic table,
just staring. It'd be kind of hilarious.
Very Batman energy. That's what I'm trying to.
Yeah, for real. Yeah. I just wish that I had a house right now. Right now, I'm living in an apartment. Whatever. I just wish I had a house because I do miss passing out candy. When I was a little bit younger, I used to sit in front of my mom's house and scare kids Right?
Yeah.
Like just like not like being an asshole, scare them, but like shit like that, just like moving statue shit or like hiding in the leaf.
Every
pile.
story, man, you're like, oh, when I was a kid, I was like a bad guy. I was a villain.
Listen, the worst part is like the people around me were so much worse that I did not feel that way. Like I felt like I was.
You're like I was a hero.
Yeah, like I was like the serene one. Like, you know what I mean? Like I just hit it every once in a while. They were like constant.
Yeah.
Like it's funny you just said that. This is completely off topic. I don't know why I'm even thinking about this, but the cousin that I made smoke my earwax because that's how we're gonna refer to him on this pod for the rest of our lives for the show.
Yeah, we just bleep that whole part out.
Yeah. He I swear to God, he's a metal bender from Avatar: The Last Airbender. So like he was,
But
like,
not Earth, just metal.
just metal. So listen,
Okay.
so listen. But like it makes sense. Like you can ask anybody in my family. Next time we do an episode with Caleb where he plays Magic with us, like let's ask him. This cousin in particular, I was gonna say his name, but I don't want to bleep it out. This cousin in particular, like every time he would like interact with like something metal, he would break it. And it would be
God.
like in the wildest way. Like I remember one time Caleb tells the story the best. He sat down on the chair in like just regular picnic chair, not picnic chair.
Like a steel folding chair.
No, it was like a standing up table chair for like an outdoor patio.
Oh, okay.
And, like, he sits on it and the metal just like bent, like it like turned to jelly when he touched it, and it just broke. And it was like it made no sense.
How is metal the thing that breaks around you?
I don't know.
Like the strongest thing ever just breaks every time I come here.
Like, dude, he went to open my uncle's door one time, and it was like one of those press-in like screen doors. He just touched it, and it just broke off. Like it just snapped out. He said, "I just held it, and it broke in my hand." It was such a big thing because my uncle was so mad at him, and like all of us cousins, like the kids, were like, "Nah, bro, he's got something about metal, dog."
He's like the worst version of Magneto.
Everything becomes brittle, dude. He's like King Rocky from My Hero.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't know why I just thought about that, but you know, as always, you smoked my earwax. No, I think in the rest of the spirit of the spooky season, like, you know, we've got some really cool stuff lined up for the spooky season this year.
For sure.
Honestly. We're gonna be dropping some games, some horror themed board games. You know, we may or may not be playing a TTRPG. Who knows? Who knows what's going on? Maybe we'll have to tell you more about that on the next episode. We'll see what's up.
We know.
We know. Anyways, just a bunch of cool stuff. You know, may or not do some fun stuff for the week of Halloween. It's gonna be a good time. We're dropping an episode on the week of Halloween. I think those people that format their episode releases to like go off schedule to like drop on Halloween are a little tacky. So like I don't want to do that. But you know, we're still doing some really cool stuff.
You tell them. Name drop those people. Give them a list.
The Fitness Gram Pacer Test is a multi-stage aerobic capacity.
Jason, roll the names.
Tingle fuck, just stupid shit.
By the way, that's all Tyler. I don't endorse any of that. I love every content creator and the way they do all of their stuff, except the Nazi ones.
This nigga dick riding, bro.
Except the Nazis.
Yeah, fuck the Nazis.
Speaking of that,
we going there? I don't know. This is that kind of show. Guys, just make sure you're paying attention to the outside world. This might be a dose of hilarity, but just make sure you're paying attention because this is getting treacherous.
you've been keeping up at all with any of the DCEU stuff?
Like the comics universe,
the James Gunn.
So
universe.
You were clowning me earlier. I need to watch Superman still. Been really bullshitting. I really want to watch Peacemaker, so now I have to watch Superman.
Do you know anything about Peacemaker?
I have
the
no
current
idea.
status of it.
Well, I know that he's like in some like, damn, spoilers. Throw a spoiler flag up and say specifically spoilers for Peacemaker, please and thank you. I know that he's like in a racist alternate universe right now. Yeah, so like, like I'm excited. Like that was like I was like, okay. That's kind of hilarious.
That's what my transition was. I was going to go, speaking of Nazis, what have you heard about Peacemaker?
Yeah.
But then I was like, actually,
spoilers.
I don't know how much he knows. I don't know how much he knows. Let me not.
Well,
Yeah.
it also just came out too. So like
Dude,
anybody
yeah.
that watches this that might not have been on Peacemaker, but like, fuck.
Yeah, no. If you're not pretty, it'll be a couple weeks after. But yeah. It's
pretty close, pretty devious.
pretty fire, and it's been great. The without saying too much, just like the cast has been great. I think. Like there's been a lot of really good like fan service stuff, but it's also really cool to see something so like something so adult and so different in thematics existing in the same world as Superman, and knowing that like they're gonna they're going to take those risks. They're going to go kind of hand in hand to both ways. Now, I think there's an argument to be made about like some people are going to want to watch all this stuff and like kids even are going to want to watch all this stuff. And some people might not see it as appropriate, but I feel it's kind of the same thing as the comic books, right? Like not every DC universe. Comic is appropriate for kids, even though they all take place in the same, not all, but most of them take place in the same continuity.
Not every story is meant for a pair of eyes.
Absolutely. And if you're going to do these stories properly, you kind of need to be able to do that. I mean, I think that's why, not to throw shade or anything, but that's why Marvel has a lot of trouble with like characters like the Punisher and stuff lately, is they just try. I mean, the Punisher series with John Bernthal has been great, and he's coming back in Brand New Day and stuff. But like, they struggle to like really do these characters of the proper way, and I think the same reason they're shying away from doing more Moon Knight stuff, even though that was so great and everybody loves it, like the fans loved it so much, is because it's like it's just really brutal and kind of dark for Disney's image. And they're still figuring out how to do it properly. But I think they're opening up to it.
I think they're opening up, especially with Deadpool. I don't know
and seeing how successful DCU is being with like Peacemaker is, James Gunn's done it again. The same thing, you know what I mean? Guardians of the Galaxy were basically nothing characters that were very well loved by a handful of people, but a small handful. Yeah. And then Peacemaker was this like Charlatan Comics bought character, this very unknown character in DC's repertoire with just a few, good stories and very different interpretations. And then here comes James Gunn again and John Cena as well, dude. He's fucking
John Cena's going nuts, yeah. The clips I've seen are fucking awesome.
New levels of acting from that man that I didn't think he was capable of. Like, it's fantastic.
Yeah, he pulled off the Black Adam that The Rock wanted, unfortunately.
Dude,
hot take, but
I mean, it kind of sucks. I really do think, in the same way, like you can look at them almost as an antithesis. Like John Cena seems to really like, he gets lost in the work and in the character, and he seems to really just be like, I mean, I don't know the guy, I haven't worked with him, but it seems like he is just all about like whatever we have to do to make this like the best thing it's going to possibly be and fully commit to it, whether it's like the WWE or it's this show, or like I've heard he's like sits and signs, like if people are lined up around the building to sign his autographs, he signs every autograph, like all this stuff.
He wants people to have those experiences.
He's about the work, right? And then someone like, from what I've heard about like The Rock and stuff, it seems like he's one of those guys that thinks he's bigger than the work, and so he tries to climb above it.
Yeah, when you come into a movie script with a contract that says this is the things my characters can.
I cannot lose in a fight.
Yeah.
You're going to be in a comic book universe and you can't lose a fight.
Yeah, like that.
You're going to be the most boring character ever. No, I don't want to watch that.
Yep. I want to see you, man. Yeah, no, died.
I saw this is super dated at this point, but we're talking about Superman and DC Comics. I saw somebody was bringing it back up. They're like, oh, with this new DCU, this feels like a great time to share this. And it was an old tweet that was like, do we really need another Godzilla movie so soon after Man of Steel? Cracks me the fuck up, dude. Years ago, obviously, but yeah, I don't know. But I love to see what he's doing. I mean, I'll be honest. I think that this, like, for me, this DCU so far is like a 9. Like, I think it really hits home on almost everything that I want it to and need it to. And I just have a few small gripes that keep it from being a perfect 10. But I'm a neurotic comic book fan. There's no way it's going to be my perfect 10 because I'm not in control of it, right? Yeah. And if I was, then my version would be somebody else's 9 and somebody else's 0, right?
Like, your version, it would be rated mature.
Parts of it,
maybe even rated X.
I don't think Warner Brothers would let me do that version.
I know. You know what I think would be really cool? And I was just thinking of this while we were talking. What if there was like a story of Batman, right? But it was a family of squirrels and chipmunks.
Damn. Squirrel Man. No, he's still Batman.
He's still Batman.
He's Bat-Squirrel.
Tell me that would be kind of hard though.
Okay.
Like, imagine like a bat squirrel. Like, there's like.
So now tell me, is this like a mouse guard world, or is this like normal human world and they're just squirrels that live in a tree in someone's backyard? But he's also a vigilante. Okay,
so
that's
like think about it like this. Like, there's a fox getting into like a squirrel's house, like starting to eat its food or something like that, and it's the middle of the night, and the squirrel's like in the back of the tree trunk, just like hiding from this fox so he doesn't get caught. And then the lightning strikes, and then there's fucking Bat-Squirrel. He comes in and attacks.
He just does like really deep, raspy squirrel shitters, and then dives on the.
Bro, I'm telling you, I'm working with gold right now. DC, hey, let me know what's up.
We haven't done pitch clock in a minute. That might be a winning.
That's kind of a good one. You gotta admit, like, I mean, I always love the fun, inventive stories like that. Just like the stupid shit where you're like, you know what? For some reason, this is really good. I really enjoy this right now. I think that'd be like a funny concept.
Dude, so they did, obviously they did the Deadpool Batman crossover, and there's Batman Deadpool still coming out. They've done like a bunch of like little, for non-comic book fans, they just released the first in years DC Marvel crossover, Deadpool Batman. Yeah. And there was like a bunch of little stories in there crossing over different characters from Marvel and DC Comics. And I thought one that a really big missed opportunity, if it's not going to come in Batman Deadpool, is Squirrel Girl Aquaman. Like they need to do a Squirrel Girl Aquaman, a Squirrel Girl Aquaman crossover. Like she's the Aquaman of Central Park. I think it's hilarious. I really want like her people comparing them to each other, and her being like, "Oh my God, we're exactly the same," and him being so fucking annoyed by it is everything I want.
That'd be so funny when you put it in that type of context. Like, that'd be hilarious.
She's like, "Aquaman, we're the same. We're just like."
He's like, "I'm the Deep. I have officially become the Deep."
And you could even go further. She's like, though technically I have a much more impressive list of feats.
I was just about to say that. I was like, she kind of goes hard in the comic universe too. She does some fucking shit.
Except Squirrel Girl is like the classic joke character where she's done the most impressive stuff in the entire universe, but it all happens off panel. Like you never ever see any of it occur. It's just like, oh yeah, remember when Squirrel Girl single-handedly beat Thanos? Like
it was like,
yes, that is canon. That happened.
Yep, that really happened. Yeah. Didn't we just get like one single panel of like her like punching him or some shit like that? It's
like he's like already defeated.
Yeah, she's so done with the golly.
It's always off panel. Everything that she does like that, which is it's a great gag. Squirrel Girl is a really good like. I think that people love those comic relief characters, especially in comic books. It's what made like Deadpool so popular.
Yeah.
But I think that it got to a point where it was like Deadpool is just all blood and guts and fourth wall breaks. So they like needed Squirrel Girl is a really great like comic relief goofy character that goes in a different direction. It's like she's more wholesome. She's more like family friendly and probably a lot more appealing to female readers. I'm sure Deadpool's tiresome to a lot of female comic readers. And I feel like Harley Quinn, DC tried to kind of do the same thing with her, but I don't think the reception was the same. And they also like objectify her too much. Like I don't want to like be too preachy, but yeah,
you already know how I feel about Harley Quinn.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I like Harley, but I feel like she had this moment where she really, really shined, and they capitalized on it. And then it's like, all right, but you kept going and you kind of jumped the shark.
They made her a pet more than they made her a media pet.
Why is she one of the Gotham City sirens? Like she killed a bunch of people with the Joker. Like how are we gonna like, yeah, you're kind of you're a victim and you've like redeemed yourself a little bit, but also like I don't want to like be buddy with you now. Yeah. Like I'm not your friend.
Yeah, like Batman's not gonna look at Harley and be like, yeah, I recognize you as a fucking vigilante now. He's like, bitch, go to jail. Like, like what are you talking about?
My favorite use of Harley, and this is probably a little ridiculous of me, but my favorite use of Harley ever was in the Arkham series, where she would randomly show up. And like it'd be like Batman would be doing something, and then you would all of a sudden get this like weird over the shoulder camera where you would see Harley just like running up on you with a bat, and then it would pop up with the QuickTime event, like press X or whatever, and you hit it, and he just like bam, like it was the greatest gag that always kept around. She would always be trying to sneak up on him, and it's like
never gonna work, dude.
Come on, Harley, like I miss those games, dude. Speaking of that,
games were so good.
Have you seen the stuff for the new Lego Batman game that's coming out next year?
Yeah, it's fucking insane, dude. That game looks crazy.
Making an Arkham game in Legos is the most brilliant idea. Like, it's
you can be so brutal, dude, without being brutal, dude. It's gonna be nuts.
Dude. Like, you're like Batman, dude, just going ham, and the brick guys are just exploding into pieces. And it's like this is gonna be so great for kids. Yep. You're gonna be able to be serious and tell a great Batman story, but also be hilarious and ridiculous at the same time.
All the Lego antics, as always.
Dude, I'm so excited for it.
Speaking of really good video games, as of this recording, in 3 days, the new Digimon game comes out.
You've been telling me about this. You've been telling me about this. So tell me again. It's like it's an RPG, right?
So it's a JRPG.
Yep.
It's a turn-based monster collector, but Digimon does collecting in a really weird way. So when you fight a Digimon, you get data from fighting that Digimon, and when you've hit 100% data, you can create a version of it. If you hit 200%,
so
data,
is the data specific to the Digimon?
you get different amounts depending on the Digimon. So like Digimon's evolution level is the egg hatches. You have in training 2, and then the main stage starts at rookie, champion.
But like when you get the data, is it for a specific Digimon?
Yes, it's the Digimon you're battling.
Sure, okay.
And it's the combat can be, you can have 3 Digimon out on the field, and then there's an NPC main character who's with you the whole game, and they have a Digimon. So his name is Aegiomon. He's out at all times. So technically you have 4 creatures in battle all the time. You just don't control Aegiomon.
Okay.
So I think there's moments where you do, but for the most part you don't because he's a guest character. And then you can fight a myriad of numbers of Digimon. But then it also makes it really cool because then they can make boss Digimon like just one Digimon with a really big life bar, and it makes it work really well because like some of these creatures, like some of the megas that are villains in the universes or in the canon lore, are like creatures the size of the moon, bro. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, you have to signify that some way. But there's really cool antics. So like in the sense of like turn-based monster tamer or collector games, this one is really cool because it's not about the luck of the encounter. It's about the rate of encounter, which makes things really cool because you can grind areas. If you know that there's a Digimon in an area and you want him, you can grind it over and over and over again. There's also the whole aspect of Digimon being so variable. So Digimon don't have set Digivolution lines. I know that we've kind of talked about this before.
Yeah, because it's like in the card game, you can
go to whatever
as long as it's the same color.
Yes. Yeah. So Digimon is, as long as it's the same typing and follows certain trait lines, like Agumon can turn into 8 different Digimon. It's not always just Greymon, right?
Sure.
That's where Tyrannomon is an actual Digivolution line based off of Agumon if you became more reptilian.
Right.
Greymon is more of like this like champion one. Then there's also another one called Tuskmon, and it's like an evil one. And he's got like these curved tusks, and he's like a hunched over dinosaur with a tattoo. And those are all
tusks
variations.
or horns.
It's called Tuskmon, but he's got 2 horns.
I was gonna say because you said tusks.
He's got tusks, but like it's like 2 big ass devil horns, right? Okay. They look like kind of like the Beelzebub horns, whatever. But those are all variations of Agumon with their own Digivolution lines, and then even those can turn into other things. And so in this game, you go up. You can also de-digivolve. So like to unlock like some of the cooler forms, you have to max a Digimon stats out in a Mega and then de-digivolve it all the way back up to all the way down to Rookie, and then re-level it all the way up with this new Digivolution line and new Digivolutions. Damn. But the stats are really cool. And like that's how some of the older games have been too, but they made this one really cool too in the aspect of like in Pokemon you have the personality type. In Digimon you have personality now. But every time you talk to because when your team of 6 Digimon, you have 3 active and 3 back. The 3 active are always running with you. So you can just turn around and talk to them, and they ask you a question, and you have 4 options of an answer. And there's this personality grid where there's 4 main grids with 4 subtypes inside of them. And that's where the personality for the Digimon goes based on what you give them an answer is. So interesting. You can theoretically take 10 Digimon and unlock every Digivolution in the game by just working with their personality and digivolving and de-digivolving, right? There's a lot of
that reminds me of like those old school RPGs, like JRPGs. I think still are doing this, but like PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 era, there was like all these different games where they would like determine like starting stats or like different factors of the game based on like questions that they would ask you.
I love
like,
that.
Very abstract.
That's one of my favorite mechanics of all time. Like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon is one of my favorite versions of all time.
Cool.
If every Pokemon game started off like that, take this quiz and you're going to get 1 out of 100 Pokemon as your starter. That would be fucking amazing.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Like truly, like if that's how you guys are gonna do a Pokemon MMO, that's how we better start. I don't want to fucking pick starters. Give me a personality questionnaire, 25, 50 questions, make it in-depth and really allow us to have a Pokemon that you think is based off that personality trait. They do that in Digimon games too, like some of the Digimon MMOs. And so like it's really, that's one of my favorite gimmicks. I think like in games, especially like monster taming games or games where like your choices are pivotal, it's very important that your character is based off of you. Right. At least, or at least the personality you want that role-playing character to have, right?
Right.
And I think that is a limitation that it is something you see a lot in early PS1, PS2, even DS games or GameCube games. You don't see it that much anymore. It's actually like a lost thing. I talk about this all the time with my buddies on PlayStation because like that's something that makes a game feel really personalized. You can sit in character creation and make a character for hours, cool. But that is like, oh no, the game told me like my personality is deciding that. Like that, it's a whole different level of depth into a game.
There's like tricky way, like even like the super simple like Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
You know, friendship, strength, wisdom. You know what I mean? Like those are like very interesting.
And it's really crazy too because like depending on what you pick, it actually changes your stats in the opposite. You know what I mean? Which is really crazy in that aspect.
Yeah, because you pick one and then you have to give up the other. Like I find that very interesting too. And everybody knows that you pick the staff and give up the shield if you want the best build. That's it, hands down. Yeah. Pick the staff, you get the more MP, better spells, access to it faster. You're just not doing as much damage with your Keyblade and you don't have as much health. But
I do staff and then throw away the sword.
Yeah.
And I'll give you
that too.
For the fact that you get Leaf Bracer at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, you can do that too. That's
Leaf Bracer.
So the reason I keep the sword is because then you get first of all, your Keyblade just sucks so bad if you give it up. But you get the combo chains and attacks and stuff faster. So it makes that you can do so much with your spells, but obviously you can only rely so much on the MP and stuff.
See, in KH1, I'm all about Keyblade fights. In KH2, I'm all about combos into magic. Like I'm like
because it's so much better. So you can't really combo into magic the same way in KH1.
Yeah.
But you can still do a lot. You can get a lot of mileage out of spells.
Oh yeah.
Like you're just running around and then
Thundaga in KH1 is broken, dude. Like you walk into Alice in Wonderland, Thundaga, everything's dead, just dies. That's why I love. I don't know how far are you in Haley in playing the KH.
So we haven't played in a while. Yeah.
When you guys eventually get back to that, which I'm hoping you guys do.
We will.
When you step into Birth by Sleep, it adds in this whole new mechanic where like you have a shortcut bar on the bottom of your screen.
Okay.
You no longer unlock skills and just have the skills. You unlock skills and put them into the shortcut bar. And so you choose what you want to use. So like when you're going into a situation, you're like, oh, I want to have 2 heals so I can use heal. Because you use it and then it runs like has a timer before you can use it again.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Okay.
And
so it's like cooldowns.
Yes, and so you instead are putting your skills, magic, items, and skills on this, right?
Interesting.
But you have this bar above it, and when you attack and do things, the bar fills up. And when it fills up, you unlock a form. So if you're using if you're just using your Keyblade and you're attacking, it maxes up, and then you go into that form, and it's called Blade form, and you like change your outfit and shit. Kind of, sort of. And then you
is it with the dual?
Well, there's a bunch
black
of them.
robes.
That's
and
the
shit?
thing is, that's some other shit. Yeah.
Okay.
No, and so Birth by Sleep, you play as Ventus, Aqua, and Terra, who I don't know if you remember them or not from KH2, but like they're the main character. They're the original Keyblade wielders that passed on the Keyblades.
Oh, sure.
Kari,
Okay,
you play all 3 of them in that game, and then Dream Drop Distance you play as Sora and Riku, and they both use this mechanic. And so one of the really cool things is you can actually guide your form. So like I would put 3 of this like the same spell on my shortcuts, and then I'd use them in a row, and it'd fill my bar, and then I'd go into a form based off of that spell. And you can mix and match and unlock all kinds of new ones, and you unlock them by doing things or like getting them in the game. It's really fucking cool, bro. It's the idea. So you never played KH3, right?
No.
So in KH3, they adapted that system, but made it only based on the Keyblades. So as you play KH3, each Keyblade fills up a combo meter, and then it evolves into new forms. And each Keyblade has 3 forms and ends with a special attack, and then you start the combo meter again. So like, there's this joke with KH3 where you pretty much just play click triangle all game, because you just keep like. You click triangle, like there's one of them that the Keyblade turns into 2 guns. You click triangle and he spins around and just blasts everything.
Bro, like Reaper ult? That's crazy.
It's nuts, bro. Yeah, so like some of the Keyblades, like the frozen Keyblade turns into a stat, or not frozen, it's the tangled Keyblade, turns into a staff, and you just use magic and are throwing like crazy, tangled based. It's
tangled should have turned into hair, and you should just...
It is like it's like the staff like summons these pillars that have like hair ribbons that like spin and do damage. Like it's sick.
It's sick and cool and also disgusting.
Yeah, also fucking non-hygienic. Kingdom Hearts 3 though, the Toy Story world is the best.
I bet, dude.
It's the best world out of any Kingdom Hearts game.
I bet. Toy Story is amazing.
But so, do you know the story with KH3 and why it took so long?
No.
This is real life. Like, I know it's not the only thing.
So I have heard there's like some weird shit with Pixar, right? Bro. And they kept refusing the models for Toy Story.
Yes, they refused the models for 7 years.
Yeah.
Nope, the eyes are too far apart. Nope, the pixel looks wrong on this. Like, I guess like the texture for Rex took them like 2 years before Disney was like, there you go. Because Disney gave them the base 3D models, nothing else.
Yeah,
It was like
Why wouldn't you just send a small team of Pixar people to go work with them? To like,
Dude, they
Wouldn't
requested it.
I guess Pixar people are probably fucking slammed, dude. They're probably not giving.
Yeah.
They're probably like, we have 3 people to animate a whole movie in 6 hours.
Yep.
What are you talking about?
And then they lost the ability to work on another game, and they had to make Big Hero 6 in the course of like 8 months. So Big Hero 6 is like the worst world in Cage 3. It's just an open square, and you just run around and do shit. And it's San Fran Yoko. And it's kind of unfortunate because that movie is really fucking good.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Toy Story, because of the problems they were having with the models,
They're like, once we got it right, we're doing our whole game.
It literally, like, the biggest mission is on Toy Story's world. And you go actually, like,
Toy Story is like one of the huge, one of the biggest.
Have I given you my theory on Cage 4?
I don't know.
In Square Enix?
You told me, we've talked a little bit about Cage 4.
So, Cage 3 specifically, because on the way up north we were talking about this.
Yeah, we talked about it in the cabin, I think, yeah.
In Toy Story, in that world, there's a point in time where you go into a video game and you like have to fight like the boss, like the main character of the video game, and his name is Veruum Rex, which is like a way of saying light in Latin or something like that, in some dialect of Latin or some shit. No, it's Latin or Italian. If I'm fucking that up, I'm sorry, guys. You know I'm still correct with the lore. Anyways, you play in his world, which is like this like crisis world, like city, like Japan, Tokyo getting destroyed, blah, blah, whatever. You fight against him and then leave the game. And you think it's whatever. But keen Square Enix fans were able to realize Veruum Rex looks like the main character of Final Fantasy 15. Like, their model is identical. It's just different clothes and different eyes and different colored hair.
Sure.
Like, it's like this. You're like, okay, that's Yozora. That's his name. So then just play Cage 3, whatever. Game ends, whatever. Game ends on some crazy shit. I'm not going to tell you anything else, but it gets wild. And then they dropped a DLC called Remind. Biggest fucking waste of money, Square Enix. I just want to say I'm mad at you guys about that. Why did we have to buy that? Never mind. I'm not going to start. It was like a $40 DLC for like, you replay the last mission of the game with different story, with different context of lines, and then you get like less than 2 hours of additional play.
Okay.
$40 DLC. Get the fuck out of my face. Come on now. Anyways, what is cool is the final boss in Cage 3 is like not really super hard, right? Like it's not Sephiroth from Cage 2.
Right.
So in the DLC, they added in a boss that's Sephiroth level hard. And it is Veruum Rex. Okay. But it's so wild because the fight just starts. Like it's like this whole thing and you're just there. They're on the top of a very famous skyscraper in Shinjuku, Japan. Okay. And so you play as Sora, you fight him. Hard as fucking balls, bro.
It's like a city, right?
Yes,
like
they're literally in Japan.
It's like a big,
the graphics are
giant
different.
monster.
Yeah. Well, no. That's the trailer for Cage 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So like this is the DLC boss fight. But it's those same graphics. Like it's like real graphics. Like it's not like the kiddie Cage 3, right? So like it's weird. You fight. If you lose the fight, Sora turns into crystal, and Veruum Rex walks up to him and says, "Don't worry, I'll save you. I'm going to save everyone." And then it ends, and then you can redo the fight. If you win the fight as Sora, same thing happens to Veruum Rex, and then you put your hands on him and say, "I'm going to save you all. I promise," like blah, blah, whatever. And then it turns into Veruum Rex waking up in the back of a limousine in almost the same identical clothes of him in Final Fantasy 15, and the same voice actor for his limousine driver in Final Fantasy 15 in the same character model turn around and say, "My prince, it's time to wake up. What were you dreaming about?" And he says, "Nothing." And then it just shows you real life Japan, but it's not real life Japan. It's the city from Final Fantasy 15, which is based off of Japan. Right. I have a really strong feeling that Cage 4 is Sora only in the realm of darkness, exploring all the worlds that have been lost to darkness, which is all the Square Enix worlds, which we've been told from all the Final Fantasy characters who have no idea who the fuck they are or where they're
at. And he's going to like restore them all.
Yes.
Okay. See, now this is what we were talking about in the cabin, because that sounds so cool, but I'm also like, I don't know fuck all about Final Fantasy.
And that's one of those things
like that has always been this. That's like the hole in the Kingdom Hearts knowledge for me. So like I remember when I first saw the trailer for Kingdom Hearts 4, like that peak, and people were talking about like, oh, they're gonna go like into like the Final Fantasy with like the Square Enix stuff. It's gonna be not Disney anymore. And I remember being like, damn, that sucks, because I feel like
that
Kingdom
was-
Hearts
that
has
was the
lost me.
draw, yeah.
Like that was my draw to it, was that it was like this really cool high fantasy take, and then all of this like wild shit from my childhood like mashed into this crazy thing. And I also just loved like the whimsy of it, and then also like the weight. Like it had this beautiful thing.
Because he retells these stories in a different
But
context.
also, admittedly, though, MTG Final Fantasy has made me want to play some of the Final Fantasy games and stuff. I just feel like it's too much to really.
Here's my idea. Well, all the Final Fantasy games are separate, so you can play.
Oh, I know.
You can
I
play
know.
whatever one. Like if you only played 7, nobody is ever going to judge you. You might have people say like, "Oh, we'll play 9, play
Yeah.
10, play 6, blah blah blah, whatever." But like you can play just one of them,
Right.
and you'll understand why Final Fantasy is. So,
But I think I care more about the lore and the stories than I do about the game. So it's like hard. It's like
some of the games are like truly like some of the games are like an experience, bro.
Yeah.
Like truly like
Sure.
sitting down and weeping on a controller type of experience. Like you're like, wow, I did not think that I would care about this fucking character's life. You know,
Yeah.
right? But this is my thing. For all the fans at home that feel the same way about that too, this is just my pitch for KH4, because I know that Michael, our audio guy, is also a very big fan of this with me. Being that KH4 will be like the 11th game in the series, especially because you have to count the mobile games, as unfortunate as it is, because no one's playing those. This is going to be a dive into the Square Enix worlds, I believe, but everyone's there. And I don't mean just like Mickey and Goofy and Donald. I mean like Ursula is going to be there, Jafar is going to be there, like all the Disney villains that he defeated.
because they're all lost in darkness
all lost
too.
in the
Yeah,
darkness.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
Like, and like then you also think
Sure.
about like the shit that Maleficent's been doing in the mobile game. So it's like I'm wondering what's gonna fucking happen.
No, you're right.
Because like
You're
I'm
right.
like this gonna be really like I do understand where you're coming from, but then I'm also like from the story point of Cage though, what the fuck's gonna be happening?
It's just like they're
that's
gonna add
be
so much
crazy.
stuff in that I'm gonna be like, I don't know. Like the coolest part about like all the other Kingdom Hearts games, like the ones that I've played at least has been like there's so much that's cool about it, but like one of the coolest parts is like seeing the next world, the next like thing. You're like, oh, this cool thing, like they're unfolding. Like I remember being so excited seeing like the Nightmare Before Christmas.
And you're like,
world as a
oh
kid
my
and stuff,
God.
and like
Yeah.
stuff like that. And so now I'm gonna go into this one and go, oh my God, I don't know what the fuck this is. Like every time,
Yeah,
you know what I
it's
mean?
gonna be the Midgard planet, and you're gonna be like, "What the fuck is this?" I'm like, "That's the city Final Fantasy."
Everyone's gonna
7.
be like, "Oh, this is the craziest thing," and I'm gonna go, "Fucking fine, no, let's go." You know what I
That's
mean?
also like I feel like from a gaming perspective, that's also a super wholesome and cool
It'd be cool,
experience.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, because then like if you have an itch to play Final Fantasy right now, what if you play at KH4 and then you're like, all right, now I really got to play Final Fantasy.
Sure, yeah. I don't know. The Magic has done a weird thing to me where I've always thought Final Fantasy was cool, but I just like now I'm like seeing some of these characters and I'm like, oh, these characters seem really, really cool. And I want to build like decks around some of the cards, and that makes me want to go play their game and like see what they're all about. And I mean, like I also know Titus. I know it's supposed to be pronounced Titus, but I'll never say that.
It's either or. Like it's like one of those like Jesus Christ, like how color can have you in it or not, depending on. That's just the same thing with Titus, Titus, whatever.
Yeah, but he is also in. Like him and a few other characters, obviously from they're all in Kingdom Hearts as well, right? Like as little kids in the beginning of the island, and so like even that is like enough for me to be interested in those characters and the game. And I know that the games are like fantastic, but
It's also a really crazy callback that they put Titus and Waka and the girl as like little kids in Destiny Islands.
Yeah.
Because Titus's entire world in his story is covered in water. Like the world's surrounded in ocean. There's like no land masses. So it's kind of like fucked up. You're like, oh, you guys are lost in an island. Like it's kind of fucked.
Yeah.
So like it's really, but yeah, 100%. That's Final Fantasy X. That's
and like so Destiny Island is actually just a really great, and I mean of course they probably did this on purpose, but like a really great image for I think what it is that Kingdom Hearts captures so well is there's this beautifulness, this wholesomeness, these kids like playing on this island and stuff, but then you take a step back and you're like, but hold on, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
Why are all these children alone on this island in the middle of the ocean? Why is there this like creepy, dreamy, like nightmarishness just hanging in the horizon? Like what is?
They start finding out
why does it feel like the Truman Show?
Yeah.
Like what's going on?
Well,
here?
because that's a really good way to put it too. Because like as the microscope like pulls out and you go full view, you realize like these kids are here because everything else is gone.
Yeah, and like
everything's dead.
And everything you explore is like wholesome and fun, but then dark and dying.
I will say
really
for the
cool.
real Cage fans, because I don't want to get slaughtered, because you probably don't know this, there is, I believe it's in Birth by Sleep. Maybe not. Maybe it's actually at the end of Cage 2 in the final mix. They show you Destiny Islands.
Sure, that makes sense.
No, they show you the world. Like,
that makes sense.
They move away from that island, and you find out that that's like some small island off the coast of a city.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know that we've seen like because there's like the scene in the very beginning of the first game where you see, I believe it's Sora's bedroom or somebody's bedroom. You see through the window of a bedroom. It's Sora's, because that's when you go back to
like
the island at night. Yeah. It's or maybe it's not his bed, but it's some structure that's off.
I think it's
at a different place.
I think it's Kyrie's technically.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's Kyrie, because Kyrie is fucking Digimon, LOL.
Yeah, Kyrie's
because Kyrie's the one that we see back at home that had family and parents.
Sure.
So,
and because I don't know Sora's story, but like that's what we see through that window to like the storm and something happening on the island. And that's when Sora's like, I have to go figure out what's happening. They're in trouble.
Yep.
And that's when the Heartless show up. And that's the first one. That's when you first leave Destiny Island.
You're talking about the
when you very first leave
I'm talking
Destiny
about like
Island,
there's also like when you're seeing the whole thing from like the Kyrie in the town, you also see Destiny.
Oh,
Island
sure.
in the store.
Yeah, no. I'm talking about just literally all I'm talking about is the scene where you just see through the frame of the window and you can tell that you're in like some kind of children's bedroom or children's room of some kind.
Yeah, I remember
and you can see the island. So you're like, oh, we're looking from a different perspective. And when I was a kid, I always thought, oh, this is like Sora's house.
Yeah.
And he's left from here to go check on his friends at the island. And he gets there and the Heartless are all there and the door is in the hidden cave.
They're just stuck on the island.
Yep. And then begins the adventure. Yeah. But
this is what happens when it's just me and Bruce with no one else. Like, no supervised. It just nerds. We're just ranting about nerdy shit, dude.
Speaking of ranting about nerdy shit, how do you feel about Magic announced all the sets for 2026? We got all these crazy secret layers coming out.
So there's two things I want to say. I want to approach all Magic fans by saying this. The first point is, if you think this shit sucks, you're just a terrible Magic fan. Sorry, you're being kind of a crappy asshole. The second one is, all these people complaining about all this kind of shit. I will stand with you all in the complaints of scalpers. I will stand with you all in the complaints of the way that Secret Lair is done in some cases. I'm a big I'm a big person that will really push forth the idea that I think Secret Lair should be store drops. I think that they should empower people that are MTG partners and WPNs and add traffic and drive sales in that aspect. I know obviously it leads to theft and blah, blah. There's lots of security risks, whatever. But that being said, all y'all motherfuckers complaining about this in like the dollar signs, you don't got to buy every set. I'm not buying every set. I'm not interested in every single set. Some of these sets really, like Strixhaven, sorry, not interested in that. Lordwind Eclipsed, really cool concept. I don't have a lot of fairy cards and I don't want to splash out on that set, so I'm not going to buy a lot. Like these people are like acting like, oh, every secret layer that got announced, I have to buy every secret layer. No, you fucking don't. Dude.
For real. So people have this really like, Magic is a little bit pay to win, right?
Yeah.
Like assuming you don't use proxies. Assuming you don't use proxies. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, before people want to flame us, like, I know you can have a budget deck. Like, I know people that play pauper decks at full tournament commander things, and they smoke people because they have the right build, right? And not that a pauper deck can't be expensive, because it can, but there is also something to be said that it's like that same person who has that same caliber of deck brewing ability and that same like mental like the same like level of play could spend $1,000 on a deck and make something virtually unstoppable at a normal commander table, like where most people are going to have no. And it's all about the state of play. It's all about how you play into it. But like, absolutely, it's a little bit. But that being said, the pay to win aspect of Magic comes on the singles market. Like Ristic, a heavily played Ristic study is like $30.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And that's an old ass card.
But then you're trying to buy a pristine one, you want to spend $1,000, and that's on us. Right?
So my argument is that you can go like let's say you don't want, like, you're like, oh, I don't want to spend all this goddamn money on Final Fantasy. I don't want to buy all these Magic, these Spider-Man cards or whatever. It's like, well, go buy the few singles that you want. And you're spending less money. You're buying on the secondary market. You're getting the cards you want. And the same thing applies with secret layers. Like some of them can be more expensive, but a lot of these secret layers aren't that expensive as singles on the market, especially if you get the non-foil, if you just want one to play. Like, so
it's the collector's mentality. You just said right there.
Yeah.
It's the non-foil.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't.
It's
You're not
the people
buy
want
it.
everything. I want everything, but I can't have everything.
I see people literally say on some of these MTG Facebook groups or something like that, or like on some of these like social media, like on Twitter, like some of the people, they're like, oh, if I can't get the holo version of the Secret Lair drop, I'm not buying it. Bitch, I didn't get the holo Black Panther set, and guess what?
Yeah.
Still got them.
Yeah.
Still got Black Panthers sitting in my binder right now because guess why? It's my second favorite Marvel character of all time. Like,
absolutely.
At the end of the day, holo or not, like I got what I could get. It was an unfortunate aspect of the scalpers. Couldn't get the holos, whatever. But I still got it. And I'm not sitting here mad about it. Like, I understand, like, again, I get defeated. Like, bro, Sonic. We were talking about it, dude. I tried. I really did. I really wanted the Sonic cards. I really did. Didn't get them. Am I pissed off? No, because guess what? They resold at stores non-holo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why are we all mad? Why are we all butthurt? Why are we selling cards for thousands of dollars the day after Secret Lair drop when it planes off to $100 a week later? That's on y'all, dude. Yeah. I'm not going to sit here and get mad and be bitching and moaning at Magic. I like the sets. I mean, I'm not a big Star Trek fan, but after Edge of Eternities, you think Star Trek doesn't make sense?
For real.
Like, are you serious?
I think that, first of all, people get mad about, like, they're like, well, my immersion, like this high fantasy shit. Like, okay, well, back in the day when it was very, very classic Magic, there was always one guy around who was like, no, I built this entire deck around like trying to turn your creatures into sheep. Or like, there's like I'm gonna get flamed for not knowing the name of it offhand, but the flying hippo commander. You know what I mean? Like there's it's high fantasy, but there's tons of ridiculous stuff in Magic. I know online I constantly am seeing people flaming the UB sets and the secret lairs, and the same people seem to be going, Edge of Eternities was cool. Like that, like they're like, I'm okay with that. That was something that was okay. And I'm like, okay, but Edge of Eternities is spaceships and jetpacks and giant lobsters. So like, why are you okay with that? Like, don't get me wrong. Obviously, there's nothing that's going to be more immersion breaking at the table than someone throwing down SpongeBob. But like, I don't think you're playing Magic for immersion. Like I love to build thematic decks. I love to build thematic decks where I'm like, oh, even if these cards aren't all optimized, I'll put the cards that I think are most fun and cool together, right? But that doesn't mean that when I sit down at the table, I'm like, ooh, this is my ninjutsu deck. I feel like a ninja. And then as soon as somebody throws down a fucking like Outlaws cowboy deck, I'm gonna be like, oh, it's ninjas, not Wild West. You ruined the game.
Yeah, like dude, no. Like, we talk about this all the time. Bruce and I are both very much the same in that I love thematic decks. I think making a deck thematic is like the best way to play Magic. Like, yeah, you can make your tournament win cons, and I got fucking 17 ways to win from turn one. But what about when I bring a whole box of dinosaurs out? What about when Bruce releases his friends from the forest and the squirrels all over the map? Like
the squirrels, I've never had one person complain about squirrels breaking their immersion in the game, and I'm like, I'm literally attacking. Like, you have dragons and I have squirrels, and I'm winning, and you're not mad. Like, that's...
And to like even say like how you're like the immersion breaking from SpongeBob, I'm sorry, but at least to me, if I was in like a 4-man pod and we're like an hour deep into a match and a motherfucker drops SpongeBob or drops Plankton and it like sets off his win con, I'm gonna laugh. Dude. That's fucking hilarious. Absolutely. And I'm gonna give you that. Like, good fucking job. Absolutely. Dude. Like, that was awesome. Yeah. Like, and there's not enough Magic fans that are like that. Like, I think, you know, we're all susceptible to it, definitely, like, especially playing our pods, but like, at the end of the day, you are not going to win every single game of Magic. No. And you cannot get mad at other people for doing things that are helping them win, because guess what? The way that you're sitting here with that burning intention of, oh, my combo is going to pull off, so are the other 3 people at the table. Dude, for real. It's a shared feeling. You know what I mean? Like, and a lot of people act like, oh, no, like, I'm pissed off. Like, I've had people, we played games before, and they're like, you just killed my commander. Like, I don't want to play anymore. Bitch, your commander was about to wipe the field. If I wasn't killing it, homeboy right here is killing it. What are you talking about? Like, you're going to kill my commander as soon as he comes out. I'm playing Bristly Bill. Right. You think he's living for more than a turn? Like, what are you talking about? Right. Like, I really hate that. Like, I understand you got to win con, you want to pull it off. Play. Yeah. And you'll pull it off. Yeah. One of these days, you might not pull it off. There is a point in playing the game and having someone stop you. And that's also, I think, another aspect of like the deck. I love deck building. Me too. I have 12,000 cards in my house. 8,000 of them are fucking uncommons and commons, and I will literally go through every single one of them to figure out what I'm looking for in my deck build, right? Like, it's really fun to me, and I think that, like, if you can't pull your win con off and you're getting mad about it, then maybe go back to the deck and amplify it.
Right.
Add in something else. Find another way to get there. And there's too much laziness. A lot of people, like, I've seen a ton of people approach and be like, yeah, all I have is to play with is precons.
Yeah.
Like, I have to literally bring like 2 or 3 precons everywhere I go because everyone's playing precons.
No, for sure. I do too. And like, just because I don't want to, like, I don't want to bring out one of my, well, 2 reasons. I don't want to bring out one of my strong decks if everybody's playing precons, but I also don't want to, like, bring out one of my goofy decks if everybody's playing strong decks.
Yeah, because precons
you know what I mean?
are strong.
Yeah, precons are strong for sure. Sometimes precons, like, I feel like I build stronger than precons, but I feel like precons are very optimized nowadays, where they have a lot of like they're a lot stronger than you think. They're really, really well built around the concept of what they're trying to do, a lot of them.
When I bought the zombie commander deck, that thought 100% rang true with me when I realized that Scarab God was in the 99. I was like, what the fuck are we doing?
Oh yeah,
here,
dude, the land destruction deck has Corvold in the 99. I'm like, he's like one of the best commanders, dude. Like that's insane. Yeah. And the deck's built around his mechanic too of destruction. So yeah, it's I don't know, but I'm fine with the Universes Beyond, man. I think like what, next year I'll definitely buy the Marvel superheroes set. That's my jam. Yeah. I think that the Spider-Man set, like I think if you don't think that the villains mechanic is going to get way stronger when Marvel superheroes comes out, if you don't think that, like, I think even web slinging is going to get stronger. Like there's going to be more Spider-Man stuff that's going to have, those mechanics. Hopefully, at least.
Hopefully.
Like they're not. I know they won't do too much Spider-Man stuff in the superhero set because they already have their own full set. But it's fucking Spider-Man. They're gonna give us something.
They're gonna give you something, especially like team up cards and shit like that. Yeah. Like, I better see a card with him and Human Torch, bro.
Dude, you for sure. Like Future Foundation stuff, and some team ups with that'd be.
They already showed a Heroes for Hire art.
Yeah, that'd be.
Like, no, it's literally, they show official art. Like, it's going to be on the card. The card's called Heroes for Hire.
Dude, you could do how sick would it be if they did a blue-white Spider-Man and a blue-red Johnny Storm partner commanders? Like, something like that would be insane, I mean, that'd be really niche. Yeah. So, like, I don't know if we'll see that, but, like, that would be really cool.
If it's a Marvel set, though, I feel like partners has to come back.
Orzhov Punisher? Come on. Like, that's, it's got to happen. Like, if it doesn't, like, that's,
Or a Blade deck.
Dude,
using the blood tokens.
Imagine blood tokens for Blade, and Punisher has a mechanic where he like does damage to you every time you commit a crime.
Dude, yeah, you're just stacking the whole time. Yeah, dude. Oh my god, that'd be so gross.
It'd be insane.
Also, I don't know if you guys heard, my favorite UB getting announced for next year is they have one that's based on pictures of Bruce's butthole throughout the stages of his life.
Oh yeah,
that one's really good. I'm excited to see that one. I'm really hoping I pull the clip.
It was really weird because I wasn't consulted about it.
Yeah, I don't know. They have the serialized. Make sure you're looking out for that serialized one of Bruce when he was 14 with the mole. That's the one we're looking for.
You swore you wouldn't tell anyone about the mole. Open these packs, you fucker. Which one you want?
You got to pick first.
I pick first? You bought them.
Today, on tonight's Tuesday night special, because it's just me and Bruce and we're living true to our nerdy antics, we are going to open up a pack of Digimon because Digimon comes out this week. This new set, Sinister Order, came out, and on the front is the most aura ever, Black War Greymon. All you Digimon fans know Black War Greymon is essentially Black Goku, so come on now. Me and Bruce are going to play a game, and so this theoretic game...
these are actually really hard.
Bro, Black War Greymon's dope. Black War Greymon's he's like one of the coolest characters. The game we're going to play is we're both opening these packs. We get to go through our packs and choose one card, one creature card, or a tamer, I guess, that we think is strongest, and then we're going to decide which of our creatures would beat the other one in a fight.
Based purely on improvised nonsense, not card stats.
Not card stats at all. Fuck the card stats. Just off the card art. Like, is my guy cooler? Does he have cooler muscles? I think he would blow up a rocket ship.
That is what you would find cool.
Yeah. If I watched a fucking dinosaur covered in armor and missiles blow up the fucking USS Thompson or some shit like that, that'd be crazy.
You child.
I'm a child. Why'd you put the egg card to the back?
I don't know.
Dude, I got 3 egg cards? What the fuck is this?
I only got 1.
What? Bro, why do I have 3 egg cards?
Because you're
Bandai.
A bitch.
What the fuck? And they're all ass.
Oh, damn.
And they're all terrible. I guess not terrible, but...
2,000 years later.
You guys ready? And then we'll show our cards to the camera after.
All right, so I'm going true to what I said. I'm not picking.
God damn it! Do you want me to change
the mega?
mine?
All right, well, fine. I'll do the mega one then.
All right, I won't pick a mega. I honestly got fucked on my cards, and I only have like 3 creatures. All right, you know what? No megas, right?
Okay.
All right.
All right. Ready? You want me to reveal first, or you reveal
We'll go at the
first?
same time.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
Bailmon.
Proganimon. A
Let me see
Proganomon.
yours.
He's a fucking turtle with guns.
He's a turtle with guns. He's basically Blastoise. So, yeah.
He's got some drill
dude,
shells.
My guy is just an aura farming wizard, dude.
Listen, bro. That is a robot turtle with drills and laser beams on his claws.
Yeah, but this guy's
the
gonna.
aura farm goes hard. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
As he's sitting in the building, going like, "Ooh,
Dude,
ooh, whatever."
he's
My
gonna-
guy's gonna be like,
Nah, see, you're gonna come up with the guns, and he's gonna sit there all angsty and like poetically thinking about death, and without even looking at him, he's just gonna flick his wrist, and your turtle's gonna go off into some like horrible dimension of evil dead spirits, and he's
See,
just gonna like
That's where
go
you're
on.
fucking. That's where you're fucking up.
He's
You
gonna,
see
he's
that?
gonna be reciting haikus
You see that
and stealing
eye?
your bitch by the
That's
time.
the Renegon. Sorry, you see that eye on his hands? He's got the Renegon on his hand. So while you think you're doing that, you're in a Genjutsu. Your guy's already dead.
Yeah, but the thing is that my guy actually prefers the illusion to the real world. Look how fucking goth he is. So he actually thrives there. So you've just made him more powerful.
So it means. So I just want to go by your words. He thrives in the illusion, so he's more powerful there. So he's powerful, but he's in a coma. I win.
No, he's not in a coma.
That's what it would be.
Illusion's not a coma.
Genjutsu for extended time is
What is this,
essentially a fucking
Mangekyo
coma.
Sharingan? What are we in?
I
in
said he had the
domain
Renegon.
expansion?
The Renegon is the next step above the Mangekyo Sharingan.
You're too much of a nerd. I don't know that shit. See, this
You
guy,
just said
this
the
guy,
Mangekyo
this guy
Sharingan.
already flipped your
Dude,
guy into the.
look at how big he
Your
is.
guy's already in the negative dimension.
those fucking
He is
arms.
partying with the turtle's
He's gonna
girlfriend.
drill
The
through-
turtle's girlfriend
Dude.
is like, "Oh my god, you're so deep.
You think
you're
this
so
man-
deep?
You think this man has
Look
a
at you."
girlfriend? He's a
Not
robot.
anymore.
He's a
Not
robot
any
made for
fucking
war.
more. Okay, Bailmon saw to that.
Listen,
tell you what.
I'm gonna tell you exactly how this is gonna go. Bailmon's getting women, feeling pretty, feeling like a handsome boy, and then this guy
Yes.
is shooting laser beams and nukes, and then blows up the entire Earth so that there's nowhere for Bailmon to leave, and then he just floats into space until he finds his next target.
That's
simple as that.
That's a little extra, if you
Nope.
ask me. I think that guy has some issues and he needs a therapist.
Oh yeah, 1000%. But he's destruction. He's like Conquest.
I also don't think he's that powerful. I don't think he can do that.
Look at the Renegon in his hands.
That's just
You
an
would have got
LED
cooked.
light.
If we
That's
used
just
megas, you
painted
would have
on.
got cooked.
Let
I'm
me
not
see
gonna
what
lie.
you got.
Bro.
Nah, bro, not at all. Still.
Oh my fuck! You put Mel in my Otis
I got aura on you for days.
Why? How come every time I buy you a pack? No, listen, hold on.
Is that like a stupid
Yeah,
good card?
bro, this is a stupid good
It looked
card.
pretty good.
Bro,
That was the one I was going to pull. So we should have done megas then, because then I would have won.
that's not even a
automatically,
mega.
right? Well, whatever. The shiny foil ones. I don't know how to tell what's what.
He's an ultimate. He's a level
Oh,
5.
it says right there. Oh,
Wow, guys, Bruce just pulled this.
apparently it's good.
I'm taking it home because I bought the pack, but it's Malomyotismon, if you can see it. This card so this set came out last week, as terms of this recording, I should say. Set came out last week. This card is an infinite combo card deck.
Oh, nice.
If you get 4 of those with this Myotismon and a couple other cards, you can literally infinite your deck on like turn 5 and just win
Nice.
a game. It's like one of the only infinite combos.
He looks like if All Might was Captain Falcon.
So this is the villain of season 1. This is the penultimate villain of season 2 because they're the shared universe, season 1 and season 2.
I just want to say,
Damn, bro, that's
he's
a fire.
Still got more aura.
That's a fire pack. So
Yeah, and then I got like this little ghost guy that looks like he's like before Bailmon must be. He looks like they look related. They look like
Wizardmon
they're
turns into Bailmon.
Yeah, they
and
look
Bailmon
like
turns into
they're
something else.
And then this guy
He's a
who
fucking
is
creeper.
Japanese Jeff Goldblum.
No, that guy's a creeper. I got 3 babies.
Yeah, I only got one. I got
And then I got this guy,
Cupidmon.
Einstein.
Oh, nice.
Cupimon's cool. And then I got Spiral Mountain, Devimon, who's a bitch. I got that guy who looks like he just slays pussy or something like that.
Is that not a woman?
No, it's a guy.
I can't assume.
Yeah, Ryoma. And then I got these 2, Deadly Axemon and Arcanimon.
Hell yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, like regardless of our game where I definitely won, these are really good card pools.
Oh,
Like,
you
that
definitely won.
Malomyotismon was like a fucking great. How come? So Bruce, hold on. This is a testament because it's been on camera almost every time. every time I buy 2 packs and I give you the other pack, why do you pull heat? Remember you pulled Edgar on camera?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, and thankfully that was one that I actually.
Yeah, you used that, or like the Shanks that you pulled and gave me from One Piece.
Yeah. I don't know.
So Pyramidimon. So it's actually really funny. This guy Sonarizamon. That's his ultimate. And this is his mega.
Oh, sick.
Mm-hmm. He turns into like his second stage is like this big dinosaur that's like melting. Like it's made out of
Pyramidmon.
Pyramidimon.
Pyramidimon. Oh, sorry. So he's a pyramid and a MIDI controller for a DAW. He's making techno.
Real shit. And you got a whole Digivolution line.
Hell yeah.
Where's it at? Oh, you didn't tell me you pulled a Belfamon sleep mode. Okay.
I don't know what's what here, man.
That's real. That's so real.
That one did look cool though, because it's like a full art looking.
So this is the full Digivolution line.
Oh, sick.
It actually start right here, like this. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that is crazy.
Damn, good shit. That was a good one.
We'll see you next Tuesday. Oh, hey, Michael. How's it going, big dog?
Huh?
How you doing today? We missed you. We hope you're doing good at work. Love you, boo-boo.